due to the economic data that just came out, we might have just avoided a huge recession. Jobless claims, the inflation numbers, GDP, all of it is pointing in the right direction, and it's extremely good news. So there's nothing to be scared about, guys. And also, we're going to discuss what's next for the economy and how AI could be something that's about to change everything like we know it today. So, bro, let's just dive right in, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got some great news, y'all. There's nothing to be scared about. Look, PCE, we told you guys this is the preferred inflation measure for the Federal Reserve. We all know about CPI, but they actually tend to look at PCE closer. And there was great news in the PCE numbers that came out this past Friday, showing that it edged lower to 4.6% versus 4.7%. All right. So on a yearly basis, right? On a yearly basis, it fell to 3.8% in May. Just in April, it was actually 4.3%. So that's a pretty big drop off with those numbers in itself. And when you go to core, so a lot of people have been looking at core inflation because that is the thing that has not been budging too much. But we got great numbers here and showing that there was a decline in core inflation. It went from 4.7% to now 4.6%, which is at the end of the day in the right direction, which is what they want to see. That's what the stock market wants to see. That's what everybody wants to see. Moving in the right direction. And so just to cover this, PCE versus CPI, like why does the Fed prefer PCE versus CPI? And one reason you'll see here is that it provides a more complete picture of costs for consumers. The other reason is that core PCE is considered less volatile than CPI.
Yep. And something cool, bro, is also like, I know some people might be thinking right now, like, yo, it only went down 0.1%. We have to think about it in this aspect as well. Like, when it goes up 0.1, it's a huge deal, and people are always panicking. But when it goes down, it's like, oh, it's barely going down. Y'all can't have it both ways. You know what I mean? Like, if it goes down, it's in the right direction. That's all that matters. So I want to make that very clear.
No, that's a great point. That's a great point, because even I feel that way sometimes until I put it in that perspective.
Yeah.
You know, and something else that was like major news that came out last week was GDP. So if you guys don't know, like GDP, when they come out with GDP numbers on a quarter by quarter basis, they have to now revise it over time. There's usually 3 revisions that come to really finalize these numbers, because the first numbers that drop are not always the most accurate. So what they determined was the first quarter GDP numbers, they reported it as increasing by 1.3%. But we actually grew by 2%, which is that's a big deal. That's a big jump. So the stock market actually reacted positively to it, and that was a really good thing to see. And so it pretty much beat estimates, as you can tell. And just coming down here, a reason being is consumer spending, as we gauge by the personal consumption expenditure, PCE. Consumer spending rose 4.2%. That's the highest quarterly pace since the second quarter of 2021. Bro, do you remember what 2021 was like? Like, what was the economy like in 2021?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, economies were weird this whole time, right? Like, I think that's the crazy part. Like, we were spending a lot of money, and then now we're back at it. Like, it seems like we never fell, which is so weird, because in the news, we're a recession, we're in a bear market, and we're still spending money. So it's like, it's very confusing to me to see all this number, because I'm like, literally we're supposed to be not doing anything, but then we're spending all the time now. It doesn't matter. We keep on going and going and going. And it's like, look at the export number right there, right? As exports rose 7.8% after falling 3.7 in the fourth quarter. So just like in 2 quarters, it kind of did a whole reversal, which is insane. Or actually in the first quarter, really, right? Because this is Q1. So yeah, it's not even 2 quarters really. They did a revision to find out it went up. So we I don't know what happened in the 3-month period, but we're right back at it. Like, nothing happened.
I mean, look at it, bro. Look at this quote. This quote says, overall, however, the economy remains admirably resilient, and odds of a recession beginning this year are now receding. The quote is far from clear, right? But it definitely looks good. And something else that looks good, you see here, is the U.S. weekly jobless claims posted the biggest drop in 20 months as the economy shows stamina. So even which is not. I know you haven't been a fan of like the job numbers
Yeah,
report.
I think it's stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't believe this nonsense. Listen, I'm not a bear. Like I let the news tell me what's going on, and like I let what's actually happening determine if I'm a bear or not, right, or if I'm a bull or not. But some of this stuff just doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, I don't understand. Like I'm in the economy right now. I'm in the market, and everyone's like, I'm struggling to get a job. I'm struggling to get a job. I'm struggling to get a job. But then I think about it. Those people either have a job already, or right, and they're trying to switch, or people who are just not in the industry and they're trying to get back in are struggling. So I'm not even sure how this is happening.
I mean, hey, all I'm saying is the numbers that's being reported look pretty good as far as the job market. Now, the Fed we know was trying to bring the labor market down. They pretty much were trying to increase unemployment and everything, but it's not budging. Everybody has jobs and it still looks good out here. And as you see, jobless claims just decreased way more than they were supposed to. And it's like, yo, what's up? Like, but at the same time, we just showed you that PCE went down, core inflation went down. So hey, if we can have our cake and eat it too, why not? Let's keep jobs strong while inflation drops. GDP is rising. It's like, yo, how the heck is Jerome Powell even
Yeah,
like doing this, bro?
and that's the
And,
thing. Like for everyone, we don't have to decrease interest rates, right? We can stay exactly where we are because clearly, clearly, it's not mattering to the economy. We're still going strong.
bro, you see right here, the economy is displaying genuine signs of resilience. All right, this is leading many to rightly question whether the long forecast recession is truly inevitable or whether a soft landing of the economy is possible. So everybody right now is pretty much saying, yo, look, recession might not even happen. We went from thinking it's going to be one of the worst recessions we ever had to it might not even happen in the first place.
Mhm.
And that kind of leads us to talking about the future now. So Newski, what's the one industry or one revolutionary technology right now that everybody's been talking about that might benefit our future?
Yeah, AI is artificial intelligence, right? Everyone's on it. It's not a secret as to every company is getting involved with it or has been involved with it. There's even been companies that are changing their name to have AI. This is like the same thing that was happening back with like the whole cryptocurrency. Like for example, Square turned to Block, right? Or people were literally. I remember in the stock market, bro. I forget the company's name, but a company changed its name to like Crypto or Block or something like that, and it went up 100% a day. So it's happening again. But one thing that's different with AI, it doesn't seem like people are saying if. They're not saying if AI, right? They're saying AI is going to have an impact, good or bad. It is going to happen though.
Yeah, and that's a great point. And it also reminds you of like the .com bubble. You throw .com on your name and your company
Boom.
is
Yeah.
you know, boom. So that's a fact. But like you said, this might not be a bubble because there's no one, which is scary, the fact that no one, whether they're for AI or not, no one says that it's not going to be impactful. Everybody knows that AI is probably the biggest technology and revolutionary thing that's going to happen for the economy since the Industrial Revolution, probably, as you can see here.
That's so crazy.
AI hype can signal the start of the fourth industrial revolution. And you know, look at companies like Unity. They're betting AI can transform the video game industry. So they're putting in like AI components to pretty much transform that video game industry. And if I really went here and pulled up articles of every industry that's going to benefit from AI, we'd be here all day. Every industry is going to do so. I just showed you one example. And so it's like, yo, that's what the future holds. And, you know, just looking at the past now, bro, and COVID, the work from home culture that got established may have been a precursor to just show like, hey, you know what? We don't really need humans like that. We can increase our production without human intervention that much.
Yeah, it's actually scary, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, it sucks to say, but the house always wins. Everyone knows that saying, right? But think about it, man. We thought we were winning like the actual normal person by being like, oh, we can work from home, we're good, blah, blah, blah. But these companies are not, they're the house. They found a way to be like, okay, well, if people are working from home, I could lower my expenses, I could get rid of some people, I could start investing in technology that could replace people. Here comes AI. And then all of a sudden now we're replacing people. We have the ability to not need people. We have the ability to cut expenses. We don't even need offices anymore. We're all on the internet. We're all over the place, anywhere we want in the world. As long as you have a laptop, you're good to go. So everything changed. And that's why they always say if you can invest during this time period of recession, or if you can invest in this time period of bear market or whatever it is, new technology will come about every single time because the house, aka these companies and this country and everything of that sort, will figure it out. And they did.
They did. And like you said, I love what you said about in bear markets, there's so many opportunities.
Yeah.
And that's where companies really kind of put their footing for the when the bear market is over. That's like when bear markets are over, you see all these companies coming out with new stuff. Look at every bear market that occurred. You guys will notice that some revolutionary things came out of revolutionary industries came out of it after the bear market, and AI is the next thing for us. And just thinking about opportunities, I'm going back to the pandemic now in my head, and I'm like, yo, there were so many opportunities for people to get wealthy, even things like this, where back in the pandemic, you were actually allowed to take out $100,000 out of your retirement plan without the 10% penalty, just because they were trying to help people out. But so many people were taking advantage of this who didn't really need it. I know people who were, even when they told you you don't have to pay your mortgage right now, penalty free, people were just taking this money and investing it. The market was going crazy. Everything went up, every stock. Houses were going up. Everybody has equity in their house. We're never getting back to pre-pandemic prices. It's like that was the opportunity in COVID to secure your future for the AI revolution. That's how I look at it. I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, no, I do. And that's the thing, right? I think, yes, I definitely agree for one, 100%. I think two, guys, like, this is why you need to stay up to date with what's happening with not only the news, but in terms of finance, because there's going to be another recession. There's going to be another bear market. There's going to be opportunities like this. And if y'all are scared it's not going to work, like this right here, you guys could have stopped paying for mortgage, stopped paying for rent. Student loans were paused. You guys were getting funding from the government. Stimulus checks were coming in left and right, left and right, left and right. Yo, y'all could have been investing that money. You know what I mean? It really could have been a thing. Investments could have been happening. And businesses were growing because a lot of people who were getting stimulus checks were spending it on shoes, on jewelry, on clothes. It's like, bro, you're getting fly when you're wearing a mask. It makes no sense. All right, let me stop. But like, at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense. And I don't want to go on a tangent here, but it really is dumb if y'all don't take advantage during a recession. Like, people who were listening to us a year ago, right, and have been with us this whole time period, we want to give you all a shout out, because if you've been investing and you've been doing what we say, and it's not a channel we give advice all the time. Just gotta put that out there. You gotta do your own research. But if y'all been doing what everything you're supposed to, you are up right now. Bro, you're up. You're not down. You're up. Bro, so just get me mad, bro.
The bottom of the bear market was in October of last year. In November, we started a series telling everybody, yo, get into these companies, get into these technologies, because this is the future when the bear market ends. If they listen, they're eating healthy right now. One company we talked about, you see Apple, they just they surpassed their all-time high. I want to give an update on this real quick. They completely surpassed their all-time high. Remember, if the line is going up, that means price is going up. So you can see Apple is just killing it right now. They hit a $3 trillion market cap. As we also told you guys, the dollar is starting to trade back down, which is supposed to be a good thing for the stock market if it continues that direction. Small cap stocks have picked steam back up again. So people thought we were just being spearheaded by the biggest companies, but guess what? Now smaller companies are catching up to biggest companies. So now the whole market is lifting up, because this is a chart of the Russell 2000, which is a bunch of small cap companies. And you guys see that they've come off of their lows. They had a little dip for a few days and they're right back to where they are. And they're showing a lot of momentum. Crypto is picking up. You see Coinbase, after the news dropped immediately. We talked to you guys about this. Make sure you check that episode out. They've been killing it. They've been on a tangent lately. And Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can see the charts. You can see the type of movement that they've been having. Ethereum looks prime for a breakout. So ultimately, man, if you guys just literally just take action and take heed on the things we're saying, man, like, you really could change your life. That's all I'm...
And it's crazy because I know some people are gonna be like, "Yo, you're talking about the most famous style like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, blah blah," and y'all still don't do it. So like that whole thing. Yeah, if I'm trying to build a team of like the Phoenix Suns, yeah, I want Devin Booker. Yeah, I want Bradley Beal. Yeah, I want Kevin Durant. Yes, I want the Warriors of Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. Yeah, I want that, bro. I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to retire. So stop trying to find the next gem when you have the gems right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's simple as that. But let us know once again your thoughts. If you're still watching, thank you. We appreciate you. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Plus, hit that little notification button because we drop
2 videos a week.
and you don't want to miss them. Check us out on Wednesday. Until then, peace.
Peace.
Soundstripe.